Brilliance Audio presents Tomboy by Avery Flynn, performed by Savannah Peachwood and Brian Polino. $1 million, under the table, tax-free. Just please, for the love of God, do me this one favor. Phone pressed against her ear, Fallon Hardigan walked out into the cool, crisp fall night after a shift in the St. Vincent's Hospital emergency room that had lasted approximately 60 years. The voice on the other end belonged to one of her best friends, Lucy Kavanaugh, who, odds were, would be her sister-in-law sooner rather than later if her brother Frankie had his way. Fallon loved them both, but her feet ached, her back hurt, and her patience, not something she was really known for, was a whisper in the wind. "We both know you don't have $1 million, she said, rooting around in the front pocket of her backpack for her car keys. "But he does," Lucy said. The he in question was Zach Blackburn, Ice Knight's defenseman and all-around scourge of the greater Harbor City metropolitan area. As any Ice Knights fan knew, and Fallon was a die-hard, the team had overpaid to bring him here, and thanks to his shitty playing and piss-poor attitude, he was now known as the most hated man in Harbor City. Fallon might live in working-class Waterbury, but the feeling on her side of the harbor was the same. Blackburn was a selfish player. He had a huge chip on his shoulder. He punched out fans. He ignored his coach. He didn't talk to the other players on the team once they left the rink, and sometimes not while they were in it. He also happened to be Lucy's biggest client, which was not a surprise because she was the best PR crisis management bad boy whisperer in town. That meant when Blackburn fucked up, Lucy magically managed to make it all better. Except not this time. Why? Because this time the big man baby had the flu, and no one to wipe the sweat from his overpaid brow. This time he needed a nurse. "And he is going to pay me $1 million to take his temperature for the weekend because he has a regular case of the flu?" Fallon asked as she pulled out her keys and hit the unlock button. "Well," Lucy said, "he hasn't agreed to that yet, but give me time." So, yeah, Fallon wasn't about to become a millionaire overnight. That was a good thing. It wasn't like her student loans or credit cards needed to be paid off or anything. She yanked open the driver's side door of her gently dented Nissan sedan and tossed her backpack onto the passenger seat before getting behind the wheel. "I just spent an entire shift dealing with a pack of egomaniacal jerks with the letters MD after their names. Why would I want to spend an exceedingly rare, and therefore amazingly precious, actually not scheduled to work, weekend feeding chicken noodle soup to the most hated man in Harbor City? A nickname, by the way, that he has more than earned. Because you wouldn't be helping him recover from the flu for him," Lucy said. "You'd be doing it for me." That was so not fair. Fallon let her head drop to the steering wheel, her forehead hitting the middle with just the right amount of force to make her horn beep. She jolted back, looking around to see who in the hospital's employee lot had seen that bit of idiocy. Her gaze landed on 2 paramedics standing outside their ambulance. Of course, one of them had to be Hank Moran, the lanky paramedic who kept Axe body spray in business, blew her a kiss. Fallon managed to keep her gag reflex in check, but just barely.